You have probably heard this before. People today are getting dumber. After all, ancient humans built the pyramids, created mathematics, invented philosophy, mapped the stars, built civilizations without electricity, computers, or the internet. Meanwhile, modern people forget passwords, rely on GPS to navigate their own cities, and sometimes struggle to spend an hour without looking at a screen. Which raises an uncomfortable question. Were people really smarter in the past? And if they were, why don't we see inventors like Leonardo da Vinci, Isaac Newton, or Nikola Tesla anymore? Has human intelligence declined? Or are we misunderstanding what intelligence actually is? The answer begins with a surprising fact. Your brain is almost identical to the brain of a human who lived 30,000 years ago. If you could take a newborn from ancient Egypt, raise them in the modern world, and send them to school, there's every reason to believe they could become an engineer, a scientist, or a software developer. Biologically, they would be just like us. Evolution simply moves too slowly for human intelligence to have dramatically changed in just a few thousand years. So, if our brains are the same, why does it feel like people in the past were smarter? Part of the answer is survival. For most of human history, life was extraordinarily difficult. There were no supermarkets, no hospitals, no smartphones carrying the world's information in your pocket. People had to memorize enormous amounts of practical knowledge. They knew which plants were poisonous, how to navigate without maps, how to build shelter, how to repair tools, how to predict weather patterns. Many of these skills required remarkable memory and observation. A hunter-gatherer who forgot important information might not survive long enough to pass on their genes. Modern life has changed that. Today, much of our knowledge exists outside our brains. Psychologists call this cognitive offloading. Why memorize hundreds of phone numbers when your smartphone remembers them for you? Why learn every road when GPS can guide you? Technology has not necessarily made us less intelligent. It has changed what we choose to remember. But what about inventors? Why don't we see people like Leonardo da Vinci anymore? The strange answer is that we do. The problem is that knowledge has become too large for a single person to master. Leonardo lived there during the Renaissance when one extraordinary individual could still understand much of humanity's accumulated knowledge. Today, that is impossible. Modern science has become so specialized that researchers often spend decades studying extremely narrow subjects. The person developing a revolutionary cancer treatment may know almost nothing about quantum physics. The engineer designing spacecraft may not understand advanced genetics. Knowledge has expanded beyond the capacity of any single mind. As a result, modern innovation increasingly comes from teams rather than individuals. The smartphone in your pocket was not invented by one genius. It is the product of thousands of scientists, engineers, programmers, and inventors working across decades. Human intelligence has become collective, and this may create the illusion that there are fewer geniuses, because instead of seeing one extraordinary individual, we see entire systems producing discoveries. But there is another reason people often believe humans are becoming less intelligent. We remember the past selectively. History preserves its greatest minds. We remember Aristotle. We remember Newton. We remember Einstein. We do not remember the millions of ordinary people who lived alongside them. This creates a powerful illusion. It feels as though everyone in the past was brilliant because only the most exceptional individuals survived in history. Future generations may do exactly the same with us. 1,000 years from now, people may remember only a handful of names from our era while forgetting billions of ordinary lives, and then they too may conclude that people in the 21st century were unusually intelligent. So, have humans become less intelligent? Most scientists would say no. Our brains are largely the same brains that built ancient civilizations. What has changed is the environment. Technology now performs many tasks that once required memory and effort. Knowledge has become too vast for any individual to fully grasp. And intelligence itself has become increasingly collective. The real question may not be whether people were smarter in the past. It may be whether intelligence has simply changed form. Because the human mind that once memorized stars, tracked animals, and built pyramids is the same mind that now creates artificial intelligence, explores distant planets, and carries the knowledge of civilization in its pocket. The tool changed, the brain did not.